Good evening, members of the Community Services, Public Safety, Housing, and Development Committee. My name is Jessica Petrillo, and I am the Homeless Assistance Program Coordinator for the City of Oxnard. Tonight, I will be giving a presentation on the development of a City of Oxnard Housing First Plan and asking that the committee support Housing Department staff to launch the development of the plan. At the point in time count conducted in 2020, there were 567 homeless people counted in the City of Oxnard, 379 of which were unsheltered. I wanted to note that a 2021 point in time count took place, but due to limitations from the COVID-19 pandemic, only a sheltered count took place. The causes of homelessness are complex, with overlapping factors including poverty, lack of affordable housing, unemployment, fleeing violence, and discharge from institutions. Our local data shows us that in Oxnard, nearly 1/3 of homeless individuals indicate that they have chronic health conditions, and over 1/4 have experienced chronic homelessness. It is also important to note that point-in-time counts are a one-day snapshot and likely underestimate the amount of homelessness. On September 18, 2018, the Oxnard City Council adopted a 5-year homeless plan. This plan has 5 core areas to measure the success for reducing and preventing homelessness, including target vagrancy and negative transient behavior, establish and develop a year-round 24-hour homeless shelter and navigation center, focus resources and funding to develop a quality coordinated entry and exit system out of homelessness, improve and expand street outreach and community partnerships, and develop and build housing programs serving the homeless. The scope of the mission of the city's homeless efforts has expanded greatly in the past few years. Some examples include the opening of a year-round 24-hour 110-bed homeless shelter and navigation center in 2019, the introduction of a street outreach team, coordination with Backpack Medicine and County Homeless Services, the Oxnard Housing Authority administering homeless set-aside vouchers and other vouchers targeted for homeless individuals, mitigating encampment cleanups, adding capacity by working with the county to convert a motel into non-congregate shelter and supportive housing, and taking steps to address the COVID-19 pandemic. So here you can see some photos of the street outreach team during a Backpack Medicine event on the left and a response to another homeless encampment on the right. Housing First is a low-barrier approach to ending homelessness. It centers on quickly moving people from homelessness into housing and then providing additional supports and services as needed. Housing First does not mean housing only, but recognizes that people are better able to move forward with their lives if they first have housing. We know that Housing First can rapidly end homelessness, increasing housing stability, and is cost-effective by reducing costs of other publicly funded systems. 5 key principles of Housing First include immediate access to housing with no readiness requirements, self-determination, a recovery orientation, individualized client-driven supports, and social and community integration. In order to reduce and eventually eliminate homelessness, communities must adopt a Housing First approach. Addressing homelessness at the municipal level is in line with current trends on housing and homelessness at a state level. One example of this is Assembly Bill 816, which, if passed, would require cities to identify gaps and resources needed to tackle homelessness and submit detailed plans on how they plan to reduce homelessness by 90% over the next decade. In order to respond to the needs of Oxnard residents and reduce homelessness in Oxnard, staff proposes to develop a 10-year Housing First plan. This 10-year plan would include data and profiles on the homeless population in Oxnard, recommendations on how to meet those needs over the next 10 years, funding strategies, creation and development of supportive housing, and community consultation throughout the process. Thank you, committee members, for receiving this presentation. Housing Director Emilio Ramirez is now available to respond to any questions you may have.